Jack, Alfie, thank you for joining me today on Press Day for Rogue Heroes, premiering this Sunday on EPIX. Exciting times. I had the opportunity to watch the first two episodes last night. Who doesn't love a good World War II story? What's your thoughts on all this?
Uh, there's many a story to be told, I think, in that whole period of history, um, and you never tell them all. So I think this one's especially fascinating somehow. Yeah,
What's
Yeah,
your thoughts?
I would say, yeah, that to be able to portray these men that were stopping or fighting the spread of fascism is sadly appropriate, I think, right now, and to be able to give it a kind of modern feel to it in terms of the music, and also, um, also kind of get the right period, the period kind of peaceness of it in terms of it being a Second World War story, the costume and the hair and the environment of shooting in the Sahara. Yeah, it was something that I was very, very excited to portray, and hopefully people are excited to watch.
Mm. The series is based off a true story, also not a book that was written. Patty and Jock, like how similar are these characters? How much research did you guys put in to play these characters?
yeah. I'd say
Um,
individually a fair bit. I think, yeah, yeah. Um, I mean, it's amazing these kind of three figureheads of the one detachment being very, very separate and kind of have their own areas of expertise.
Mm.
Jock Lewis with his craftsmanship um, and Paddy Mayne with his just outright balls to the wall, just almost a psychotic level of fearlessness. Um, yeah, fascinating. Makes for a fascinating tale.
What's your thoughts, Alfie?
what was the question again? Sorry, mate.
About this is a true story. It's also based off a book that was written uh about your character. Like how similar was it? Like, did you have any input on how to play this character?
I mean, really, you kind of want to just sort of do justice to the real life version of the character that you're playing. And yeah, there wasn't really much audio stuff to listen to for Jock. I read the most kind of helpful thing for me was a book of published love letters between him and his partner Miriam Barford. So that was, I was as soon as I started reading that, I just read this is what I need. And yeah, I read obviously Ben Macintyre's book, and there, you kind of this is such a great book that you want everything in it to do with your character to be included in the show itself, but obviously that's not possible. And so yeah, I'd say or I did a fair amount of research, but then at the same time, yeah, you just you with kind of these hyper masculine military figures, you can kind of be sold a version of them in history rather than actually
Mm.
getting a real version of the character themselves or the person themselves. So there's also a kind of license to bring to make it a collaborative effort with the people that you're working with.
Mm. I read online that you guys had to go through like a military fitness boot camp. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't think I'm not especially fit. Um, so as far as the military style of it goes, I mean, I smoke a lot. I like to drink a bit. So there wasn't like much, endurance type stuff.
Mm.
Um, and we certainly wasn't trying to qualify to be in the real SAS. Let's have it right. We walked through a lot of parachute type training. The guy that was on hand to teach us that was an ex-para, so he was endlessly helpful. And then a lot of the other stuff that we'd kind of focus on was your field craft. type stuff, and you know, and how to kind of patrol a field. This was way early on, and we'd get the kind of replica guns that we'd be using in the series, and figure out like formations and how you'd comb an area and how you'd respond to contact. And so that type of thing really just helping you get into the mindset, but let us not paint you some sort of picture that we all became super fit or anything like that. We're just a bunch of actors at the end of the day. Yeah.
Alfie, what was your favorite part of the training?
When it finished. No, my favorite part of the training was doing it all together. And you know, everybody showing their kind of willingness to get out there at stupid o'clock in the morning and you know, run around. Also, it was in the Sahara Desert, you know, so it was great. It was you know, once in a lifetime experience in terms of being able to do anything in those kind of surroundings. But yeah, the logistical stuff I didn't enjoy too much in terms of the kind of written examination kind of aspect of it, in terms of being given, you know, mathematical sort of sums to figure out in terms of your pace at which you were going, and then you have to slow down. Somebody gets bitten by a snake and you've got to go to a Medicare centre. I wasn't that great at that. And so a guy called Jacob Ifan was brilliant at it. He plays Pat Riley, who's kind of part of my little partner to Brookfall, which you'll find out about if you watch. And so yeah, it was just great, just getting to know everyone else. And yeah, Jack's right. It wasn't we weren't by any means you know, super fit men by the end of it.
Well, probably actually no. Come to think of it, the desert stuff that was enduring.
Yeah,
like you definitely notice like my nails would grow rapidly because of all the vitamin D and all that type of stuff, and like you've just got sand in, excuse me, but you've got sand in every hole. So by then you're just becoming consumed by this desert. That definitely required some sort of physicality.
Which is something Jock remarks on, actually. He says that right at the beginning of episode 1, which is just the sand just gets everywhere. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I want to thank you guys for giving me a few minutes today for Rogue Heroes. I can't wait for everybody to check it out on EPIX Sunday night. Thank you.
Cheers, Elias, man.
Have a good one.
You too, mate.